One day in about 1790, when little William was around 10 years old, he went to church in Newport, Rhode Island with his family.
This church was not a Unitarian church where everyone could have their own ideas about religion. They did not have any of those yet in 1790 in New England. This church was a fire and brimstone Calvinist church. And to little William, who was only about 10 years old, it felt a little bit like this.
William Ellery Channing.
Yes, Reverend Edwards?
If you do not make your bed and clean your room perfectly every single day, God is going to send you to hell.
Really?
Yes.
For how long?
Forever.
Dun, dun, dun! Oh no! How can little William be saved?
William Ellery Channing.
Yes, Reverend Edward?
If you do not eat all of your peas and carrots and turnips and rutabagas and beets and lima beans and all of those other vegetables that you don't like every night, God is going to send you to hell.
Really?
Yes.
For how long?
Forever.
Dun, dun, dun! Oh no! How can little William be saved?
William Ellery Channing.
Yes, Reverend Edwards?
Even if you clean your room every day and eat your veggies every night, God might send you to hell anyways.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Because He can.
But that's not fair. That doesn't make any sense.
William,
Yes?
fairness and sense do not matter. It is written in the Bible so God can do it.
Forever?
Yes, William, forever.
Dun, dun! Oh no! How can little William be saved? Boom! Boom!
When church was over,
So William went home. He was very stressed out. He had been told that if he made any little mistake, he could spend eternity in a very bad place. In fact, even if he never made a single mistake, based on what Reverend Edwards had said, William might spend eternity in hell anyway. What was the poor boy to do? It didn't make any sense, but that's what he had been told.
And he looked at his father, washing the breakfast dishes in the kitchen. His father didn't look upset about it. And he looked at his mother, cooking dinner in the kitchen, and she did not seem upset about it. How could they not be worried about this?
So William went for a walk on the beach. They lived by the seashore. And he looked at the power of the ocean, and the beauty of the waves crashing on the shore.
And as the tide went out, he waded through the tide pools and saw all of the living things under the calm surface of the tide pool water.
He found a crab and picked up the crab and admired its little eyes and its little mouth and its 2 big claws and its 6 spiny legs. He put it back down in the water and it crawled under another rock to hide from the seagulls who wanted to have it for lunch.
He picked up a starfish and admired its 5 arms and its poky skin and the little suckers on its back that helped it attach to things. He put it back down in the water.
And he found some sand dollars that had been stranded on the sandbar. And he put them back in the tide pool so they would not dry out. because even though they looked like little stone circles, he knew they were alive. He knew that sand dollars were actually living creatures.
And he built a grand, huge castle out of sand on the sandbar. And when it was done, William Ellery Channing, age 10, went a little ways back towards the beach and sat down and waited for the tide to turn. And it did.
When the tide came back in, the waves pushed all of the sand from his sandcastle flat, turning it back into a sandbar, covered by the calm surface of the ocean, an ocean full of living things.
And William felt calm too. He knew why his parents weren't worried about what the minister had said. They weren't worried because it wasn't true.
He would not go to hell for not eating his veggies, or not cleaning his room. He would not go to hell just because God felt like sending him there. No, that was not true. It was not reasonable. It didn't make sense. It did not fit into the world that he saw around him.
William believed that your religion should not be about what someone else tells you is right, or what someone else believes one book or another book of mythology says.
Your religion should be based on how you understand the world. It should be based on your own experiences in this world. And when William grew up, he and some of his friends created a religion called Unitarianism, which said just that.
He suggested that all of us should be Unitarians not because someone else told us to, but because it makes sense to us. Think for yourself, and you may choose to be a Unitarian too.